entertaining podcast.
Okay, guys. Think of the ocean. Think of the waves. Think of the dolphins giving you a back massage. How relaxing is the dolphins? Now think of the air getting released through the blowhole.
Don't use that.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome, Claire.
Thanks.
For anyone that doesn't know, Claire is my gorgeous, loving girlfriend. I thought it'd be a good time to introduce you to the world.
Hi, everyone.
Plus, she's getting a bit jealous that she wasn't
I'm
getting
not.
introduced, and she's just trying to
No,
fight
I
back the
got-
ladies through
I
the.
got a couple of shout outs already.
So yeah, we've got you on.
Hmm.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you get up to today?
Um,
What's new in the world of Claire Bear?
Not a whole lot. What do we do in the morning? We went to Willie's. Cooked.
Yeah, we went to a supermarket. Let's not say Woolies.
Okay. What else did we do today? I really just had a bit of a lazy day.
I think we all did, didn't we? To a
Yeah.
certain point, we had a bit of a lazy day.
Did some washing, did some cooking, nothing exciting.
You did not do some cooking
I did. Did I
Yeah,
not just cook food just then?
just before.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a full. You make it out like you done a full day of cooking, a full day of washing. You spent like half an hour cooking just before.
Well, I don't know what I've done all day. I went
You
for
laid
a
on.
run.
You laid on the bed all day.
I did not.
You laid on the bed all day. It was a lazy ass.
Yesterday was lazier. I napped for like 4 hours.
Yeah. She helped me clean the spa for about half an hour, and then that just took it out of her, and then she was asleep at like 5 o'clock till like the rest of the night.
I
Actually,
woke up at like 8 o'clock. And I was like, oh shit.
you had to
it's
have a
late.
nanny nap for helping me for 5 minutes.
No, I don't know what it was. I think it was like just the whole day. Lunch.
Lunch.
Yeah.
What do you mean lunch?
The excursion out with you and Logan. That's what took it out of me, I think.
I'd hardly doubt that.
I don't know.
You had lunch and you're like, whew, I'm done.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, this is you.
Yeah.
In all your
Super
glory.
lazy.
In all your glory. I thought actually it'll be a cool thing to chat with you about. I don't know, some subjects that other people might be able to, or will relate to, some couples will relate to.
Controversial topic.
Yeah. Maybe we should start off with telling everyone how we met.
Controversial topic.
Ah.
Um.
You say your side of the story, and then I'll say my side of the story.
Okay. Well, I've met you a couple of times before we kind of started dating or kind of started noticing each other, I think.
Mm.
Like, I met you through my old housemate. Well, so Glenn, one of my current housemates, he was also my old housemate. And so you used to come around a little bit at my old house.
Give you a few winks here and there. A few how you going?
Yeah. Remember I didn't like
didn't.
you very much at the beginning?
Yeah, rude.
Yeah, and then I think when we moved to this house, I just saw you a bit more through like my other housemate here. I think you were coming around more often. Then I don't know how to tell this story. It's odd. I don't know. We just got really close through hanging out through our housemates. That's the story I tell everyone.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Alright, that's my side.
I don't know if I want this on the podcast.
You clearly know she's
Got
lying.
family
You
watching
can tell
this.
she's lying. So Claire's, all jokes aside, Claire's pretty much right. We just happened to meet through mutual friends. She was staying with my mate's cousin in Caulfield, was it?
Yeah.
And then I sort of used to go hang out there sometimes with my mate.
Yeah.
And then that's obviously probably our first couple interactions. And then you moved to this place with my mate and his cousin.
Yeah.
And then we probably just went from there. We did go out one night, all of us as a group, and I think that's probably the night that changed us forever.
I guess so.
That's probably the night that maybe we got a bit closer.
Yeah, probably.
After we got back from going out that night.
Yeah, we don't have to tell the story.
After we got back from going out that night, we all jumped in the spa.
Yeah.
Yeah. The rest was history.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then after that, actually, Claire played it like cold as. She turned cold.
I did not. I was polite to you.
She turned
I
cold-hearted.
talked to you. I didn't ghost you or anything.
After that night of going out, I was like really intrigued by her. I thought she was a pretty cool girl, and I wanted to know more.
Yeah.
I had to get to know this girl. And then when I sort of hit her up to sort of wanting to explore it further, she shut me down, like full shut me
You
down.
seem so shocked.
She actually just shut me down, like said, no, I don't want nothing. Not looking for a boyfriend. I'm enjoying single life. # single life. I don't want no man. She
I didn't say it like that.
She Beyonce'd me in the early days. And then fast forward to today, we're probably only dating because I was a bit persistent, I guess.
Yeah. Quite persistent at times. I remember one particular night, a few weeks after, when I said no to a first date, and he would have...
She didn't. Let's just clarify. You didn't just say no. You were like just sort of maybe ripped my heart out a little bit.
How did I rip your heart out? It only been like...
You weren't just like no. You were just like, bow, bow. Never happening.
Yeah, but I did give you a chance.
But anyway, so no, actually, the night we probably actually got closer was it New Year's Eve?
That was Christmas Eve.
Was that Christmas Eve?
Yeah.
Are you sure it was Christmas Eve?
Yeah, because New Year's
At
Eve
the beach?
was... No, that was New Year's Eve at the beach.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, is that the night you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was when I gave you a chance on New Year's.
So we went to, what was it, New Year's Eve? We were at St Kilda Foreshore, or you went there. I was there with a bunch of mates.
Yeah.
And then I think being New Year's Eve, probably had a few to drink. I started thinking about your cute face.
No, that's not what happened.
Started thinking about your
I
cute
feel
face.
like I need to tell my side of the story.
And then I think I messaged you to come down, come hang with us. And then I think I was already coming. You were pretty quick to come down after my messages.
Okay, I feel like you remember this wrong.
Hang on.
I'll tell
And then
myself.
you came down, and then after you came down, we sort of just branched off together. And then because I was quite drunk, I remember just standing out in the ocean, like up to probably my hips, I guess.
Yeah.
In water, fully clothed.
Yeah.
The only thing I did manage to take off my Nikes, my Jordans. Thank God for that. You'll find out in future podcasts that I love my Jordans. So even though I was drunk, I was not drunk enough to go in with my Jordans
Couldn't
on.
forget that.
But I did go in with my clothes and stuff on, and because I was a bit drunk, I think I may have tried to convince you to give me a chance.
Yeah.
I'll just breeze past that bit, and then here we are.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me just go back to me being at the beach on New Year's Eve. I hadn't intended on going out New Year's Eve. I'd gone to work that day and was very sick and tired and exhausted. So I was like, well, I'm just going to be a sad person and stay at home. And then all my housemates that were here with Jason, and I think Vads, Joey, a few of our friends, we were all there. Well, we were all in my house. They were all going out to the beach. So I decided I would have a nap and then, as I do, and then meet them all at the beach around 10, 11 o'clock. And so about 10, 11 o'clock, I got an Uber to the beach. Rock up, no one's answering their phone. Brett, the one who told me to come originally, wasn't answering his phone. Vads wasn't replying to Facebook or anything. The only person that was replying was Jason, conveniently. So,
That's so rude. So I only won by process of elimination.
No,
That's rude, Claire.
that was why I was messaging you. But then, like, I obviously didn't like avoid you. I went and hung out with him on the beach. And then yeah, you were trying to convince me to give you a second chance. So that might have gone on for a little while. And then yeah, I said yes eventually. And I think we went out for dinner and drinks like a week or so after that.
Yeah,
Few
and
days after that.
then after that we sort of just kept hanging out, and then
Yeah.
we sort of, I guess, liked each other still, and didn't drive each other crazy. Or
Yeah.
you thought I was a total douche when you first met me,
When I first met you. Yeah.
but then
I think by like New Year's Eve, I kind of liked you a little bit. Like I didn't still think you were a douche. No. Well, that's why I still agreed to like see you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't get your friends out to send me like little love letters and notes,
No.
like we're in school.
No. All my friends are your friends anyway.
Well, that just shows you have no friends.
I know. It's sad that I'm admitting that.
Hashtag Claire has no friends. Let's get that trending. If you want to be Claire's friend, hit us up in the comments or Insta or
having
Facebook.
Friends off the internet.
Why not?
Because
Could be they're full of. It could be the best people you ever meet.
True.
Best friendship you ever make.
True.
So yeah, that's pretty much the story how we met. There is an age difference between us.
Yeah.
I
Little bit.
don't know if you want to.
Well, I'm 21 and you're 31.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So I struck gold,
Yeah, I guess.
and she struck grey, I guess.
Yeah. Do you wanna?
Yeah,
What do you think about that?
Yeah, that's sort of like another reason why I got you on. I thought it'd be because we're pretty open about it,
Yeah.
and we have no issues with it at all, I guess.
No, I never really think
Yeah,
about it.
and we've
at all.
spoken about it and stuff like that. And before we sort of got serious, I guess you call it, we sort of wanted to make sure that we were both 100% okay with it,
Yeah.
because the last thing you want is obviously opening yourself up to someone, and then 6 months, 12 months down the track, you sort of think you're just never okay with something at the start, but you try and hide it, and then it'll always come out at the end. So we sort of were quite open about it, and
Yeah. I think at the beginning I wasn't really that sure, but like we spoke about it, and I think that helped. Yeah.
yeah, so we're completely honest about it, and then the outcome is we got together anyway. So yeah, I thought it'd be interesting to get you on to have a chat about age differences in general, I guess, because we're both like in it, live in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're 21, I'm 31.
Yeah.
How are you finding it?
Well, I don't know. Like I've mentioned to you, like I don't really notice the difference
You
day
don't
to day.
really think about it, do you?
No, it's only if somebody kind of asks how old he is. Like, if I'm talking to somebody about you, there's like a few questions people generally ask.
yeah.
And if someone says, like, how old is he? I might slightly, not hesitate, I guess, but only because I'm like, oh no, what are they going to say? But not like I care. Like, I do tell them. I'll be like, oh yeah, he's 31. And I kind of expect them to be like, oh, wow, or something. I don't know. I kind of am prepared, I guess, for their reaction.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I think
Most people react pretty
Yeah,
reasonably.
I think it's only because sort of society's made it a bit odd
Yeah.
that to have, like you're all meant to sort of be the same age or whatever. But the way I see it is we're all adults, and if we all have the same end goal in sight, and we're at the same, obviously when you date someone older, so you're obviously dating me that's older, you'd want to still make sure that the person's personality still lines up with your personality.
Yeah.
So one thing I was really worried about, and I think we've spoken about this before, is because you're quite younger. I didn't want to get into a relationship and then I'm like 34, 35 and you're hitting like 25, and then, you're wanting to go out partying and...
That's mostly just me being a boring person who doesn't leave the house.
No, but
But yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, you want to go out partying and then you just want to do things that sort of I may be over or not really into, and then it sort of, once you hit that, sort of just you sort of branch out and you start going separate ways.
Yeah.
So I'll sort of, that was my main concern with our age group, I guess. Our age difference was just whether this would be a long-term thing.
Yeah, I think a lot of
and I wanted to make sure this was a long-term thing because
yeah.
I didn't, like, I've been through a previous relationships, and I was 30 29 at the time, or 30 at the time, and then I just wanted to make sure before I entered another one that it was going to go somewhere, because I didn't want to have to start again then at whatever the age may be, in my 30s.
Yeah.
But yeah, so far so good.
Yeah.
So I think the key is, if you do have an age difference, is just to be really open about it.
Yeah.
Make sure, if there is an age difference, that your personality lines up with the other person's personality. I think that's a big plus. I can comfortably say that we actually get along like really, really well.
Yeah.
I'd like to, like I think our personalities would just sort of complement each other, I guess.
Yeah.
And you're not one to really, like, you're quite unique in the way that you're not one to really go out like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, so whatever, and go like party and stuff like that. But I think on the flip side too, as an older person, I obviously got to be able to compromise.
Yeah, but like
because
you do go out.
because like when I say compromise, like you're a lot younger than me, but like even though you don't go out, there's going to be times where you're like, you want to go out on a Saturday night, you want to go on a Friday night, and I think as an older person, I can't be like no to everything. There's got to be a level of compromise between,
of course, yeah,
between the relationship, no matter what the age difference is. But in the sort of, I guess, community or friends and family, there's 100% no issue between.
Yeah, I've never really noticed the difference.
There's no issue, and it's not like it gets thrown in your face all the time. And I think, like, honestly, I have youthful looks, so you probably honestly don't look my age. But besides us actually knowing there's an age difference, I don't think it actually causes any issues whatsoever.
Yeah. Well, like, I've been told, I don't know how true it is, I've been told by a lot of people that I'm quite mature.
You definitely are.
Yeah, like you've said it too, like in a lot of ways I am. I guess probably there's some ways where I act 21, but I think that probably helps a lot, because, like, there's probably things that you do where, like, you act younger than your age.
Yeah, correct.
So we kind of meet in the middle.
Yep, 100%. I can be a bit of a sort of muck around and be a bit of a joker, and I think obviously that's my character, but I think you don't want to act too old in your mind, because then you feel old, and that's when you start that's when you probably really notice different traits and things going downhill and whatnot. So I think the key is, if you're the older person, to keep an open mind, be compromising, and sort of I guess be playful and whatnot, and just sort of explore, but and sort of understand your partner. I think understanding your partner's personality, and that allows sort of couples with different age brackets, I guess, to be able to get along a lot better.
Yeah.
But
of course, like, that's any relationship, I guess. So
yeah, the only this is funny, but the only thing I do notice when we have an age difference is, like, if me and my mates reference, like, something from the 90s, or like I don't know, Aqua Girl, or like a movie or a song or something like that, you won't get the reference, and sometimes I forget that.
Yeah.
But then I sort of realise that it's a different age.
Yeah.
Thing.
Well, I don't know. I've probably kind of, like, I'm used to that. Even before dating you, I was living with housemates who were much older than me.
Mm-hmm.
In my old house. I think everyone was between 27 to 30.
Mm.
So yeah, I've been in like situations where everyone's much older than me, and I guess
Yep.
is making references to things like that. So it doesn't really bother me. I don't
Yeah.
like feel like I'm missing out on anything.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, it's no one's real business but your own, or if you're like between the couple. People, no matter if there's an age difference or not an age difference, if you're dark and you're dating a white person or light skinned person, if you're sort of different races or whatever, there's always going to be people that judge, and there's always going to be people that have something to say. So I think the main thing is communication. If you've met someone and there's an age difference, but you really have stuff in common and you really get along with each other, by all means explore it, as long as it's legal.
Yeah.
Explore it, but also if there's anything on your mind or whatever it may be, just before you get too deep, have a chat about it, whether you're going to like chatting about it or you're not. Just communication, and if you do that right at the start, you've put that groundwork in to make something like blossom, I guess, and make something last, which I'm thankful for, because you're probably you're a really great girl. Yeah, like the best girlfriend I've ever had. So
Yeah.
and that's and normally it could have gone down a different way because of the age difference, but luckily we sort of explored it, and I feel like I'm at a really happy period in my life, thanks to you. And for once I'm quite comfortable, which I'm loving. So yeah, that was
Yeah, no.
yeah, that's a bonus. Not only do you meet someone that you really care for, but you sort of, it's like your mate as well. You get along and you have fun and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it makes it enjoyable.
Yeah.
Regardless of the age difference, I can still beat you in a foot race. These old hips and knees,
Yeah, true.
they don't have arthritis as yet, so I'm okay in that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think it's a great thing. It can be a great thing. You don't know what's around the corner, so just be open to everything.
Yeah, I guess just be open to it. Like, it probably does depend on the couple, but like depending on their personalities and maturity levels and things. I think the older both of you are, probably the more the more similar you are, I guess, in a way. Like the less the gap will seem like a gap. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because my parents, there's 13 years between them. And when I told my dad about us, his first thing that he said was kind of just, I guess, just be wary that the age difference isn't going to get in the way. Like you said, just talk about it and stuff.
Yeah, and I think from a, obviously we're not parents, but I think from a parental point of view, where he was probably coming from as, if you're dating an older person, it can be a misconception, but it actually happens where the older person can sort of control, I guess, and dictate because they're older. So your parents were probably just worried that you may have been getting into something.
Yeah,
where
I guess they were worried,
sort of I will
naturally.
take over and you might not be truly happy, and then you're sort of stuck in it, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. But I guess I've always been pretty, I've been hesitant in the past about getting in relationships with people, and I thought about it a lot before I started dating you. So I guess I'm like if things were to kind of go like that, I thought you were being really controlling and stuff, I'd like to hope that I would realize and say something, or yeah, at least be aware of what was happening.
Yeah.
So I think that helps it hopefully we won't get into issues like that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. I think we're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we talk about everything. Even if there's something one of us is not happy with, we generally talk it out, and it's never like it goes past that, I guess. It's all about communication and working with each other, and if you both have genuine feelings, you'll always, I guess, be able to work it out. But honestly, I'd never ever notice our age difference.
Yeah. You.
Besides, like, stories
Yeah.
when I reference something. But yeah, like,
Sometimes it's a little bit odd. Like I was telling Jason earlier, I found out Ed Sheeran was like 26, 27 or something.
yeah,
And like, I was just like, oh wow, that's so weird. Jason's older, but it's just more like a comedy thing. Not comedy is not the word. Like a funny thing.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
oh, what a difference. But it's not really like, oh my god, is that a problem? Yeah, there's just little things like that you like notice. And it's just like, oh, that's odd. But
Yeah.
it's not anything that I kind of keep dwelling on and like worrying about or anything like that.
And something too that we both. So I'm half Mauritian.
Yeah. So am I.
And Claire's half Mauritian, but we didn't meet through like a Mauritian family or Mauritian community or nothing.
Yeah.
We met totally random through mutual mates.
Yeah.
Which aren't Mauritian either. But we're both half Mauritian, which I find just hilarious.
Yeah.
It's so odd.
Yeah,
It's odd to think how it's just.
Yeah, when I told my mum, like, oh yeah, guess what, he's Mauritian, I think she was a bit like, whoa, what? That's cool.
But also too, from what I've noticed too, it can be quite common within the Mauritian community to have age differences between partners.
Yeah, but like you said, we didn't meet through any Mauritian community or anything.
No, but it's just, I think it could be just like a natural thing as well.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Like we think it's more normal. Like I said, my parents.
Yeah,
have
so
the
your parents have
difference.
13 years.
Yeah.
My father's remarried, and there's quite a few years between, probably 15 plus.
Okay, yeah.
If I remember correctly, 15 and 20.
Yeah.
So there's a large difference there, and then, I just feel within the community, it's sort of like, it's not even a question. It's just like a normal thing, and even other cultures, and it could be a cultural thing. I don't know. But
Maybe.
yeah, I feel like it's just totally, like, number one, it's still acceptable, but I think it's just totally acceptable and just totally normal in cultures.
Yeah.
Whereas some cultures may frown upon it, but
Yeah.
unfortunately in life there's always going to be people that are negative and people that are positive. So,
I think people find it more of an issue.
but I've never had a bad experience. So
Yeah. The younger a person is. So obviously.
if the person's 16, and
Yeah, obviously if it's like 16, 20 or something, there's like a big issue. And I think even, 21, people are still a bit like, oh, you're quite young.
probably because there's a stereotype out there of like 18 to sort of 23-year-old girls, I guess.
Can be like.
Can be like.
Yeah. But I feel like when you're like.
You're ahead of your time.
when you get to like, I don't know, like 35, 40 kind of thing, no one even really asks what age you are. You know what I mean? Like it's rude to ask what age someone is. And no one's gonna care. So I think it's only like now that we're both pretty young that it even comes up in discussion.
But even then, it hardly ever comes up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's only really if I'm just kind of talking about you to someone.
Yeah.
That like
people.
introduce you
Yeah,
or something.
maybe your friends that might not know me as well.
Yeah.
And then obviously they just, because some people can just hear an age difference, and they don't know the older person, or they don't know the younger person, and they can make assumptions.
Yeah.
Because like there could be an assumption that the older person just wants one thing.
Yeah.
And there could be assumption that the younger person just wants one thing. So I think that's why it sometimes may get questioned or may get like probed into a little bit more, because it's just that friend doesn't know both sides, doesn't know both sides of the couples.
Yeah.
One thing I extremely love about the age difference
Yeah.
is when I'm in my 40s.
Yeah.
we're still together, you'll be in your 30s and you'll be looking hard still.
Yeah.
When I'm 80, you'll be the 70-year-old hottie.
I'll be hot
Hard.
at 70. I don't know about
And you're lucky too, because black don't crack. So
Yeah.
I'll always be looking good, but I'll be feeling old. Whereas you'll be young and probably feeling old too.
that. I feel like because I'm always around old people, like not old people, people that are
Rude.
older than me.
Rude.
I'm gonna like grow up really fast. I just feel like
Always around old people. That's rude.
I just felt like even at work, everyone that I'm around is quite a bit older than me. I, to be honest, don't really have any friends younger than 24. Like friends
I
that
think-
I actually talk to and
I think things you've
get to
done,
know.
activities you've done growing up,
Yeah,
I think has probably matured you
maybe.
a little bit ahead of your time, because the activities weren't like a normal sort of young girl activity. In my view,
What do you mean?
in my view, and like, so you're like, you were in girls' guides,
Yeah.
stuff like that. You're probably a bit more involved with religion and churches and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So I feel like that sort of stuff probably makes you a bit more mature in the mind for your age,
Yeah, maybe.
because I'd imagine like in sort of with religion, churches and stuff like that, you sort of hang around your folks a bit more, and other older generation that do that sort of thing. And then the guides probably made you to be more self-reliant and
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So you'll sort of, I don't know, matures your mind and gets you thinking a bit.
Yeah, maybe.
sooner.
Um,
That's my opinion.
yeah, like what you said about like religion and church. There is actually quite a big community of like young Christians and Catholics. So I don't know, like, how much that would have had an effect, because I
Yep.
was hanging around people my age.
Yep.
But yeah, I guess Girl Guides did help me like take responsibility for things. And,
Hashtag girl guides.
Yeah, I
Hashtag
don't know.
guides.
But probably the biggest thing was that I'm like the oldest of 4 children.
Okay.
So I've always kind of been the one, I guess you have to be like the responsible one.
hmm
My sister a little bit as well. Maybe because we're both girls as well.
Yep.
Our parents kind of, whether it was intentionally or just like it just happened, kind of expect girls to like cook, clean, things like that. Which I'm probably kind of like more aware of now. I'm like, you can cook
Yeah.
just as much as me.
Mhm. But can I though?
Well, I actually really can't cook. My sister is the one who did the cooking. But yeah, I think just little things like that, like because my brothers were younger, so I guess I just was given more responsibility, and that just helped me grow up faster. I don't know what it was, but
Yeah, so I'll wrap it up, but I just thought it'd be cool to have an open discussion, because we're comfortable with it. Just maybe there's people out there that are sort of questioning it, or people are judging other people that may have an age difference.
yeah.
Like,
I used to be quite like, I used to be, I guess, quite judgmental about it. Not about us, but just relationships like that in general. Like, it sounds really weird to say now, but like, you can ask my old housemates. I was always like, I'm not gonna date a guy that's more than like 2 years older than me, and I won't date anyone younger than me. Like, I've actually refused to like go out with a guy just because he was 1 year younger than me.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
which I guess is just quite rude and a bit.
You're a tough cookie to crack.
Yeah, I guess it's not really the best
But anyway,
attitude to have. But yeah, now looking back on it, I'm like, why would that even matter? You know what I mean?
yeah. So, if you both have genuine feelings for each other, and there's chemistry there, and you're not using each other, then go for it. Don't worry about what sort of everyone else thinks about it.
Yeah.
As long as both of the two people in their relationship are comfortable with it, and whatever, it's no one else's issue. I think in society there's too many things that people have a say on that has nothing to do with them. And I think people just got to start worrying about themselves a bit more,
Yeah.
and just do what makes you happy. If it, like, it makes me happy to date you, regardless of your age, whether
Yep.
you would my age or this age. Like, I'm happy to date you, and that's what that's where I'm at. So just don't worry about stupid things like that. Just go for it. So hopefully we've reached out to a few people, and people can maybe understand things a little bit better. But yeah, that's sort of why I got you on, introduce you, and have an open discussion. So thanks for coming on.
Not a problem.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And
It was good to
if
be
this
able to
video
talk
gets a
about
few views, then maybe we'll get old Claire Bear back on again.
it. Yeah.
Maybe you can have like a girl segment. Girl chat.
Yeah. Girl chat with Clever.
Girl chat.
Yeah.
Make your own Kardashians.
True. Cool. We'll have to do a documentary of my life. Life of Claire.